Hey church, I wanted to take a few moments to update you on a few of the things that are happening in the life of Grace Collective. You just received an email from me and Matthew James, pastor at Trinity Bible, updating you on the status of the merger conversation. And while that conversation has come to an end, or at least at the minimum a pause, we have a lot of other details and a lot of other happenings that we need to focus our prayer on. As I shared on Sunday, Trinity has received an offer from a church to outright buy the building. And we are not in a position to make a purchase at this time. And while we did put forth a proposal of sorts, Trinity is just not in a position to take us up on that proposal and say no to the sale offered from the other church. That leaves us needing a new facility in November. We have every reason to believe that we can use the 914 Cherry Road facility through the month of October. And while that's very frustrating and difficult for us to have just moved in, gotten excited, and now only 3 months later having to find a new location, we can't focus on the frustration. We can't focus on the disappointment. We've got to move forward. We've got to think about where we're going to be, what God is doing in us through this process. Dino said to me, as I shared on Sunday, that he is just so excited and curious about what kind of disciple God is making at Grace Collective Church. That we're not dependent on buildings, that we're not dependent on a location, but we're actively pursuing God wherever He might lead us. And so I want to thank you for those of you who have already given very generously toward Build Your Kingdom here, those of you who are making plans to give, those of you who have stepped up in your regular giving, and those of you who are praying right now about how God might lead you to give financially to the needs of our church. I can tell you that I did have a conversation just yesterday about a potential location, and we are discussing every possible idea that comes across our screens, our phones, or even just we make it up and hope that we can create something out of imagination. If you have any ideas or thoughts, please feel free to email us at info@gracecollective.org. If you know anybody and know anything, the information is at gracecollective.org on what our needs are. If you go to our website and click on the banner for Build Your Kingdom here, it will clearly outline what our facility needs are, what our financial status is as we move forward. So first thing off, I need you to pray. Pray for our church. Pray for our needs. Pray for our staff and our volunteers, as this is particularly weighty for them who have worked so hard to get our Cherry Road facility up to par to use it. So pray for our teams. Pray for our church. Pray for those that God might use in the midst of this to reach. It's going to be an amazing story to tell one day, and sometimes I just wish we were there already. But secondly, pray about our finances. Pray about our facility possibilities. Pray that God would present something to us. Pray that He would provide the necessary means to purchase or lease whatever we're able to find. And then 3, I want you to pray about how you can contribute specifically to Build Your Kingdom here and regular giving. As we discussed last week, crazy like us means that we're sacrificially generous. And I know that not a lot of us have margin when it comes to finances. But God isn't talking to us about margin. He didn't reach us because of the margin He had. He sacrificially gave His Son. And Jesus sacrificially gave His life for us. And so we want our lives to mirror that in one of the most difficult areas to mirror that, which is our finances. So please pray about how God's leading you to give and consistently give as we grow as a church. I am excited about Sunday and the message that God's given me to bring to you. I hope that you'll invite somebody. I hope that you'll take steps closer to Jesus and to each other as we embark on this journey together. Come this Sunday, 9:30 and 11 o'clock for the conclusion of Crazy Like Us. I love you. It is my privilege and my honor to serve you as pastor. Thank you for your prayer and your support, and I can't wait to see you this weekend.